Hi guys, it's Ben from Old Skool Gamer here, and today we're doing an intro to Super Mario World. Originally released on the SNES as a launch title in 1990 and 1991, Super Mario World ended up selling over 20 million copies worldwide, which is fairly impressive. The power-ups from Super Mario Bros. 3, however, did not return. The Super Leaf, the Tanuki suit, the Frog suit and the Hammer suit were sadly lacking. So apart from the standard shroom and fire flower of all the Mario games, this was the first time we were introduced to the feather that gave you the cape and allowed you to fly. It was also the first time we saw the P-balloon that inflated Mario, allowing him to float. It was released twice on the SNES, once as a standalone game and as Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. It was pushed out to the Game Boy Advance, and more recently it was one of the retro games released on the Wii U. Miyamoto has stated that ever since they finished Super Mario Bros., the design staff wanted to have Mario ride a dinosaur. It was believed to be impossible technically until the Super NES was developed. Okay guys, these are your fun facts. Now just a little bit of info from myself about my personal experience with this. The first time I ever saw an SNES was running Super Mario World. Now this was a very long time ago. Obviously there were no big shops like Game, at least not ones that you could easily visit on the high street. It was also a day when you couldn't simply jump online and purchase these games. You actually had to either go out and buy a magazine and see what was being released, or a friend would let you know from their magazine that they received. But for me, there was a local small shop just round the corner on a slightly different housing estate than the one that I grew up in, and the guy used to run a small store out of his garage, and what he basically did was import games from Japan. And this was the first time I ever saw an SNES, or obviously a Super Famicom, and it was running Super Mario World. And the best thing by far was the fact that you just couldn't get away with this nowadays, because obviously, as I mentioned, larger stores, so you couldn't be competitive anymore, or the fact that everybody buys everything online. But it was such an experience to be able to go there and play a game that wasn't even available in the country, especially for a kid of, however young I must have been back then, jeez, I don't know, 15, 16 maybe, something like that. And being able to play on a game that nobody else in that country had even seen was definitely a great memory for me and my friends. Also, one of the things, this was back in the days where you used to keep walkthroughs from out of magazines. I remember me and two of my friends, we kept a folder that we would tab into sections that had walkthroughs, because yet again, no internet, you couldn't just jump online and go, how do I defeat the boss on level 6 of Super Mario World? No, these were the days where there were no such things as YouTube, where you could go and watch somebody do it for you, or any of those sort of things. Anyway guys, that's just a few interesting facts of Super Mario World and some of the experiences I've had. From me, Ben, at Old Skool Gamers, I'll see you next time. Cheers.